Hi, this is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of September 1st. In this week's 2-Minute Warning, we're continuing to take a look at how your company can reduce its freight and supply chain costs by as much as 10 to 15%. Folks, last week we lit up the scoreboard when we sent out a 2-minute warning, introducing you to a series here where we're going to take a look at how your company can reduce its freight and supply chain costs by as much as 10 to 15%. Now, just a brief recap. One of the things we talked about is that companies that want to reduce their costs look at the supply chain and freight area from a strategic perspective instead of a tactical or transactional level. Some of the things that we talked about that companies need is they need good data. They need tools and technology that can help them process through that data and help them run their business better. And then the third thing we talked about was that they need the experience and expertise of people that have been there and done that, can share the impact of best practices and how your company can apply those. Now, in this particular 2-minute warning, we want to focus on the technology part. And one piece of technology in particular is going to be extremely important if your company is serious about wanting to think strategically and reduce your costs by as much as 10 to 15%. And that's a TMS, specifically Transact's Constellation Transportation Management System is a dynamite tool that does a variety of things, but one of the things that it does do right at the top of the list is help you digitize your supply chain by eliminating a lot of manual efforts and allowing you to do carrier selection, pick the right carrier for the load, then tender that transaction to the carrier, then move it through, get it processed and paid, see visibility and tracking capabilities throughout, and then at the end you've got a repository of great data that gives you insights into your business that can be tremendously effective in making changes. Now, one of the other things that we do when we're talking about the TMS is it helps you get control over things like your inbound transportation. Creates a completely different dialogue that you can have with your customers on your outbound sales activity. But at the end of the day, when you use it to digitize your supply chain, you're changing the communications protocol. It's not just what's happening internally with the data about how your freight gets moved. It's information you can exchange with carriers. It's information that you can share with suppliers and customers. I could go on and on. But for right now, if you're really serious about wanting to reduce your transportation and supply chain costs by as much as 10 to 15%, all you need to do is give me a call, send me an email. Let's get together via Calendly, because one of the things we could do for you would be no problem at all is to give you a demonstration of the power of Transact's Constellation TMS tool and how it can be invaluable in helping your company reduce your transportation and supply chain costs by as much as 10 to 15%. Now, we provide all this because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you we're on your team, here to help, passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.